I'm gonna wait until I have it on my phone so I can watch it on the TV. Because I basically watch a watered down version of the Arrowverse or whatever when it's on TV. Um, Sound gets a little staticky sometimes. Everything is zoomed in, so certain things are cut off. And then on top of that, the resolution is lowered, which at first I thought was because it was zoomed in. I was like, okay, well, obviously the resolution's going to be lowered. No, the resolution's just lowered in general. I thought that was stupid. Um, so, I'm not going to do a review on it right now. But, and I am exaggerating. You know, I'm like, it's a watered down thing. It's not, but you get how that could be distracting, so I can't really give a review out on it. But I watched Elseworlds just now. I didn't do the day-by-day thing, because I wanted to watch it with my dad on the 9th when it came out. He's like, nah, we'll do it tomorrow. And then, on the 10th, when the next one came out, I was like, okay, now we have 2 to watch. And then he's like, buddy, we gotta go to Houston, I gotta pack up everything. And then I'm like, damn it. Okay, so then we're like, okay, you're back from Houston. And he's like, dude, I'm not feeling it right now. And I probably make it sound really bad, but it is all legit. He spent, let's see, how much was it? 2 hours in a hospital, in a waiting room specifically, for 8 hours driving, so that's a 10-hour day right there. That can't be right. Guess make that an 8-hour day. I may have miscalculated some stuff. Whatever. The 8-hour day. Blah, 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 blah. So, whatever. I understood. But today is the 12th. That is when we decided to watch it. So, we eventually did. And they had some pretty cool, like, stuff in there. Like, that was filled to the brim with Batman stuff. They did all this so well. You have to want... Like, at first, okay? So, at first, like... They couldn't get the Batman rights, so they got some of the villains and, you know, just a mishmash of Arrow-related characters. And so, when they got all that done, it was like, man, this is basically Batman. This is basically Batman, right? Right? And then, okay, so, cool. And then, you know, we finally met Ra's al Ghul, and it was like, boy... When we meet him, we're like, right, I want to say season 2, but the timeline doesn't make any sense. I think it was just heavily referenced in season 2. And then season 3. And we got Deathstroke. That guy is actually, he's a Teen Titans character, but he's fought Batman a few times. He's fought Batman. Dude, what if that's how they bring Deathstroke back to the show? Is just... The Green Arrow gets, like... I don't know. He gets like like a robbery or whatever, and it's Deathstroke, and like Deathstroke pops out of the shadow. That'd be so cool. And then, or out of the shadows, that would be really cool. And then just Batman comes out with an uppercut and a batarang. That's one way to make an entrance, man. That would be the perfect way, dude. That's the perfect way to introduce Batman, and reintroduce Deathstroke. That would be done. And so, like, what happened to my tech? There's supposed to be a tech in the wall? That stops that from happening? Dude, if I frickin' step on it again... I've stepped on them before. That shit ain't fun. It's impossible to pull out. Shit. Context. It matters. It matters like a lot. Anyways, though, they showed so much Batman stuff. Like, Batman didn't appear himself like, Batman himself did not appear in there. I really wanted him to, but, like, I'm not even disappointed in the slightest. I was a little disappointed when that black suited Superman decided he's going to be John Deegan. I think this was his name. That was his name, right? I think so. I was like so excited when I just saw him ground pound. I wanted Superman Prime. I wanted that to be the Earth 1 version of Superman because we have the Earth 38 version, which is the one that we're going to get attached to anyways. So why not have the Earth 1 version be evil? And so I was like, dude, this is going to be awesome when I was watching the trailer. And there's John Deacon, and I was honestly a little disappointed. Not that disappointed, though. Like overall, a few minor gripes. It's going to mean nothing. However, it got really, really extreme. And then Green Arrow got a God Arrow, and I was like, what the hell is that? And then, I was like, is that a God Arrow? And then he just fires it. Yeah, boy, it was a God Arrow. Oh, and then dude, I don't know how I forgot about this. I guess just all the Batman stuff. Crisis on Infinite Earths is happening. I was about to say Crisis on Earth X. Damn it. Crisis on Infinite Earths. It's happening. That's confirmed. It's guaranteed. I was like, what? So yeah, I'm really excited. Man, it's just scripting videos. Wait, I did that at one point. What happened to my notebook? I have like several scripts ready to use. How did I not realize this until just now? I have scripts waiting to be used, but I can't find my notebook. Well, actually, they're not ready to be used, but I have 3 of them that are like a work in progress. One of them I'm like a quarter finished with. One of them I think I might just scrap, and the other one, you know, but pretty much ready to use. I could just make like a part 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you know, whatever. Especially with the one that's quarter finished. That's the Marvel vs. Capcom timeline. We're not gonna get into that right now. Same topic. But dude, everything was so cool. Again, I guess I didn't expect them. I didn't even expect Malcolm Merlyn to be in the crossover. Like, so that was a, you know, I can't really be disappointed there. But one of the trailers, I saw the Reverse Flash. But I also love the character development. Like, this crossover just gave a shit ton of character development to these characters. Oliver is like, you know, I always thought you had sunshine and rainbows. I thought I was the big deal here. But now I realize that it's not. Also, the way he described the Reverse Flash is kind of weird. He's like, I saw like, he says, and this is what he says, I saw like a yellow, or an evil yellow speedster, and he just seems kind of confused. And I'm like, didn't you help take him out? Has Flash, blame Flash, we're going to blame Flashpoint for that one, if he's actually confused. Well, that's a thing we can blame now. But otherwise, I was like, I was about to say something I'm not allowed to say. I was sitting there though, I was like, bruh. You don't know who that is? You don't, not even a little bit? Not even a little sure? But I guess I can't really be too disappointed to begin with. I just thought there'd be a lot more of him. I can't be too disappointed with that though, because we got a shit ton of him in the Crisis on Earth X, so. But one thing I am crazy disappointed with is, like, I know behind the scenes they were advertising the whole Batwoman angle, but the second we got to look at the John Wesley Shipp 90s Flash, I was like, this is going to be cool, this is going to be cool. And I didn't even watch that show. I was just like, this is going to be so cool. And he had a cameo. He said, you will not do to this earth what you did to mine. Then he runs, and then he's in a portal, and I'm like, really? Really? You were ramping that up to be the big moment of the show. I was just like, I'm not sure. So that was a little disappointing, honestly. More than a little. But they more than made up for that later. Like, we get to see a bunch of Batman stuff. My dad seemed to mislabel a little bit of it. He's like, Victoria Freeze, and I'm like, no, it's not. I don't know if he was joking. I don't argue with him about this stuff, though. It's both something that we enjoy, so, why not? Why bother? I mean, my dad's always like, if I'm doing Marvel, like, I showed him a trailer for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, and he's like, you know what, though? I don't see Darkseid. And I'm like, I'm like, yeah, oh, okay. Like, we both enjoy something, so why ruin it? Being like, actually, that's DC. And it wasn't actually a Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite trailer. I don't remember what it was, but that's what he said, and I was like, yeah, that's strange. So I just don't bother. The hell is in my house? After playing the most intense game of Metal Gear Solid, there was no one in my house. It was actually someone leaving my house. So kind of the opposite. Anyways, not important. Where was I going? So there's like a bunch of really cool Batman stuff. So there was like the cell. I was reading the cells in Arkham Asylum. I was about to say Arkham City or Arkham Knight. I'm like, that's not a thing yet. But after reading the labels on the cells, because I did that just for like, I was like, oh, this is what I've been training for. This is what I've been training for. So after reading them, one of them is Basil Carlo. One of them is Edward Nygma, and there are a few other ones. Basil Carlo is Clayface. Edward Nygma is the Riddler. There were two other ones, but because of already the lower resolution and zooming in, making the pixels harder to see, I could not read the third one, and I think there was a fourth one. But there was another one that said freeze, or there was like a gun that said freeze, and well, actually technically it's fries, but it said fries and V, so Victor Freeze. Now his name is Fries, but it's pronounced freeze. It's weird, but now Batwoman didn't really do much. She popped in 1 minute, then she popped out, then she popped back in. She basically she left, and then when it came to punching the Green Arrow and the Flash in the face, she's like, yo. She does this weird punch kick thing, and then she's just out. It's like, see ya. But I love Cisco. He's like, there's this dude that jumps out at him, and he's like, who the hell are you supposed to be? And then gets hit by a car, and he just does a flip, and he's like, wham! The hell is that? No idea what that was. Something was tapping on my window. I think it's the rose bush. So, oh, that was the weirdest voice crack ever. I just was like, then we see something by, I believe it's Jonathan Crane. Hey, kitty, kitty. I believe it's Jonathan Crane. And he is the Scarecrow. So that something was fear toxin. I just love that sequence. They had, so Barry was seeing Malcolm Merlyn, and Oliver was seeing the Reverse Flash. For some reason, they both had their masks removed. That was kind of weird. But then we see Barry beating the shit out of Oliver, and Oliver doing the same every now and then. I knew right from the beginning, because it's kind of obvious that, well, okay, so see, sometimes the fear toxin, you just hallucinate, but most of the time what happens with the fear toxin is you hallucinate on to someone. So basically, like, Barry saw Malcolm Merlyn, so Malcolm Merlyn was put over Oliver, and Oliver saw the Reverse Flash, so the Reverse Flash was put over the Flash. So I mean, that was very interesting. Kind of weird, like how that would happen. That didn't make sense. Like, I guess you can hallucinate like anything. You can hallucinate smell, touch, gravity. I don't know what I meant by that one, honestly. It makes sense in my head, sort of, but I can't put it into words at all. So, but anyway, this crossover was just really cool. I'm gonna put like an Easter egg video up in a little while, but I'm running out of storage, so gotta go. Bye.